What's going on, everybody? It's Derrick.
And it's Doug.
Welcome to episode 56 of the
Booyah.
Gaming and Show podcast.
Yeah.
Do anything fun this week?
I learned a lot at work.
Okay.
I'm still in training, so they have us doing fair amount of training, and your wife asks where Kuro is.
Underneath the glider chair. That is part of what I done this week. Last night.
Get up and go grab Kuro.
Huh?
Get up and go grab Kuro.
I'll let her come over here. She'll come over here eventually. We're here for an hour, so I think she'll be like, "Hey, what's that?" Or you dangle your power cord and see if she comes for it. Last night we got a kitten, a little black cat. Full name is Kuro Nico, which literally means black cat in Japanese. But it's just going by Kuro.
Nice.
It's like we used to have as a kid. We used to have a orange cat, Professor Charles Xavier, but it went by Xavier.
Or X.
Xavier. That's part of what I done, and then I played Divinity.
How do you like? Is that on the Xbox?
That is on the PC for now. And we'll talk about that a little later.
Nice. And we'll talk. I played a few new games this week. Samus Returns, got that last week.
Okay.
And Golf Story, I just got that on my Switch this morning.
Yeah, you did.
It's actually really fun.
Good. Anything else this week?
Learned stuff at work. Need a new car.
Oh, let's see. One of my famous work stories is I have set the bar a little higher. I'm pretty sure I exist at work to be the bane of all my other coworkers because I prove what's theoretically possible.
Right.
It's like when you go and bench. If we were to go to the gym, when you bench press your max, and you're like, okay, I can bench press 400 pounds. And it's like, okay, cool. But then you're like, I'm never gonna do that. But it's what's possible though. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So our goal is 75 a day.
Right.
I done 750 in a day.
Nice.
10 times the amount. That is 100 items an hour for 7.5 hours. It was hilarious. My arms felt like they were heavy. Like, when you hold something really heavy for longer than you probably should, and then your arms just feel like putty and they feel like they're filled with lead.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. And also felt like my wrists and fingers were filled with broken glass and barbed wire. Because it was like, I am so sore from work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just type.
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of button press because I optimize my system.
Right.
So it's like click, 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 click. I don't actually type anything in.
Nice.
The closest to typing I get is Control V because I don't have to copy anything because I have the system automatically pull stuff in for me.
Nice.
And everybody's like, "You do that only, but you only get that many done because you have that system do it for you." And I was like, "Yeah, you wouldn't tell Usain Bolt, hey, you can only run that fast because of the shoes you wear." It's like,
yeah.
No, there's a lot of talent there, and yes, the equipment and hardware does help, but it doesn't
it does the heavy lifting. You wouldn't accuse someone of using a cat bulldozer. Oh, you just moved that pile of dirt because you had a giant machine to help you out.
Yes.
Yeah, I use the things at my disposal.
I could have used a shovel, but I would have been here for 3 months.
Right.
Which I'm pretty sure some construction companies are like, guys, just use teaspoons.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Thanks, K-Dot.
And T-Dot.
And G-Dot.
That bad?
Oh, everywhere's bad.
It's like, thank you, Department of Transport. Ruining traffic. We salute thee.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. First one up is the Monster Hunter World TGS 2017 trailer.
Pretty sure you reoriented these.
I did. I reordered it, so it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. Puffball bat.
Puffball bat?
Did you not watch it?
No, I did not.
Oh man, there's a bat that puffs up its neck and it looks like a giant puffball.
Nice.
I am Super pumped for this game.
Comes out next year, yeah?
March 31st, I believe.
Nice.
I was like, I want it now.
No, I dig it.
I've seriously thought about breaking out my 3DS and playing it.
I mean, I have my 3DS. I bring my 3DS to work.
Nice. I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I've been really getting into Monster Hunter videos. Like, I watched Hunting Monsters from This is Polaris
Yeah.
with the Game Grumps.
Is it just more than the ones that they had on their channel?
Yeah.
Wait, there's more?
They go through hunting, like, they do like 4 episodes in Monster Hunter 3 and like 4 episodes in Monster Hunter 4.
No.
And then I've been watching Mortimer, Kitty Cat Gaming.
Nice.
Susie play.
Have you watched Flick?
No.
Flick is good.
I'm super excited for World.
I mean, the more I watch things and see things, I am too. It's just I like old school Monster Hunter that's mobile too.
I get that, but this one, the titular monster is like, I'm sorry, not the titular monster, the Elder Dragon in this one
Right.
is literally the size of a mountain.
Yeah.
I think the city is actually built on its back, and they don't know it.
But here's my thing. Like, I've gotten more into mobile gaming than I already was, in that, like, I now have a, lunch that I won't get called to do anything on.
Yeah.
So if I don't bring my lunch, I can sit there and play Metroid, or, Golf Story, Sonic, Minecraft, whatever I want.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to play at work.
I totally get that. I'm the same way. It's just for, like, at home.
See,
like,
that's
I was
what
sitting
I have
there,
Destiny for.
I was sitting there talking, I was like, I think this might actually replace Destiny when it comes out, because that's coming out March 31st, so a good, 5 months, 6 months away.
Yeah.
So it's like, by then, Destiny will have cooled off.
Yeah. Although, last week, we did play some Crucible matches.
Yeah, and tonight we're planning on it again.
Yeah. Can we just talk about my one match that I had?
Yeah, we can, absolutely. That happened since last podcast. Go for it.
So we're playing with James, with the Film Slate Podcast. And we were all playing, and, we all play different classes. And, we were on Discord, and we're playing. And they're securing the catch.
Okay.
Were you planting?
That's the neighbor's
Were you
car.
planting the bomb, or were you...
I think we were defending.
Alright, so you're defending. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see if I can't attack. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went and chased a guy, gunned one of them down with my auto rifle.
Which is the best weapon ever.
Yeah. Auto rifle master race. And then I popped my ult, and so I'm the Arc Strider. Slam down, killing one guy. Attack the other guy, which sends like a wave of arc at him. And then I turn around, jump, and I slam on the fourth guy.
Nice.
I killed all 4 within 10 seconds. It feels
Team kill.
Yeah. And it's like, I put the team on my back.
You know what? I was watching that video this week.
Darren Sharper.
He puts the team on his back. Yeah, and then we plan to do the Nightfall tonight as well.
Yeah.
Moving on to the second item. Bumblebee's voice, The Judgment is Death, from Transformers The Last Night.
Okay, it's not because I love The Last Night.
Have you seen The Last Night?
No, I have not.
This scene makes me want to watch.
It looks like a very cool scene. Unfortunately, it looks like it makes no sense as well. My thing was, I watched it, and I'm like, I have no context for this clip. And then I watch another clip where they have, whatever her face is, the female Autobot wizard. Quintessa. Not Autobot, Decepticon.
You mean
Unicron.
the witch? The Hive Witch?
It's like, I played Destiny, which has space witches from the moon. Yet this seems really stupid. But I watch them, and I text you and James. I'm like, all right, tell me what happened leading up to this point and how the movie ends.
It's one of those, that scene makes me want to watch the movie, but then it's like one of those, I feel like that might be the only good scene.
I mean, there looks like there's a funny scene in the junkyard with Grimlock. The scene, the Transformers movies look beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The storyline's I don't really care.
Well,
I care, but I don't care, and then it's such a simple storyline.
The thing is it's based off of toys.
Yeah.
Which then, well, it's based off a cartoon which was made to sell toys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at a certain point, you're not writing poetry.
Yeah.
You're pretty much making movies based upon giant commercials.
Oh, yeah.
That's like making a 2.5 hour long ShamWow movie. There's no depth to the story there.
Hey, look at Zach.
So it's like, okay. Which Zach?
Stone. He went to school. We went to school. Actually, we work together now.
Nice. I about went to go apply at WHAS 11.
Huh?
I about went to go apply at WHAS 11.
Why?
Because I talked to him like 3 days in a week. This 3 days this week.
Right.
Because I walk out and they're out there, but it was part time. So yeah, I was surprised to hear Bumblebee's voice.
Yeah.
And also a little bit disappointed, and then immediately he shirked back into the background of the scene. It's like,
Yeah. It was like, Optimus, I would die for you, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go in the back of the scene.
it's my mandatory 5-minute Autobot smoke break.
What do you think an Autobot would smoke?
Ooh, good question. Given how stupid the Transformers universe is, probably something like motor oil or gasoline.
No, wait.
They bleed motor oil.
No.
They pee motor oil.
Dude, no, I thought
Stop lubricating on the man.
Okay.
So if they pee motor oil,
They probably bleed coolant.
they bleed coolant because it's that green color. So if they bleed coolant, there's only... It has to be like a...
They smoke air filters.
Yes!
Yep.
That's just in. We just figured out what the Transformers would smoke.
Yes. Moving on.
Okay. A bit of Anime 3. Have you seen... I believe it's by Jeremiah
Yes.
on YouTube. He plays like 8-bit chiptune sounding music.
Yep. Sam says smoke air filters.
That's a good thought. What would they drink to get, like, as in like booze? Would it be like windshield wiper fluid because it has alcohol in it?
Brake fluid.
Power steering.
Yeah, power steering.
I think window washer fluid.
Armor all windshield wipes.
So stupid. So it's like anime and chiptunes.
Nice.
And I love that guy's music.
No.
He took a long hiatus. I was like, so sad.
Nos. Wait, or would that be like poppers? Would
No,
Nos
that'd be whippets.
Yeah, Nos would be whippets.
It's just we're discussing the drug usage of Autobots. What is their species?
Cybertronian.
That's right. The drug habits of Cybertronian.
The life and times of strawberry shortcake.
There's not a whole lot to say about a bit of Anime 3.
Yeah.
It's the third in a series, clearly.
Yeah.
It's just music.
Yeah.
Good to put on the background and listen to.
So it's Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, one of the supervisors at work got Defying Gravity stuck in my head. I'm like, cool, thanks.
Right? Isn't that the worst?
Like, it's not the worst, but then you're just like humming the same bars of Defying Gravity over and over.
I do that with the X-Men theme. Like, all the time. I'll be sitting there at work.
I'm betting.
And do you know how hard it is sometimes for me to get to go da 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 da.
But I'm sure you have bigger desks than we have cubicles.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you remember the study desks in the library?
Very vaguely.
Yeah.
You take me for the person that goes to the library.
Right. That's about how big our cubicles are.
Eee.
Oh, it's not bad. I like it.
Nice. Hang posters up in it.
I'm thinking about I'm the only one who uses that desk, so I'm gonna get like my Anna Funko Pop and put it there.
Nice. Okay, so you had Goku Saiyan Rangers.
Yeah. They took Goku Black, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan,
Kaioken.
Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or something like that. It's like that. There's 5 colors of Goku.
Yeah.
It was blue, black, yellow,
red,
red, and
is it pink?
something. Yeah. And so it was like, oh, it was really cool. And then Chi-Chi was, what's her face? Not Esmeralda.
Oh, it was, what is her name?
I know then she made Goldar.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what her name is. Rita Repulsa. You're hooked. It's Rita Repulsa.
That's right.
I'll get you, Rangers.
Rangers.
Can we talk about how the boss of Destiny 2 is totally a Power Rangers villain?
Yeah, I can see it.
The morphing grid didn't choose me. The light didn't choose me. So yeah, that was a great video, and then they merged and formed like Great Gozen.
Yeah.
The Gozen Zord or something like that. Something stupid.
Yeah. And then I sent you the same video. It was Batman versus Superman Pokemon battles.
Yeah, it wasn't as funny.
It's
Nightwing Wing.
He evolved from
Robin
Robin Bendon or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he evolved to Nightwing Wing and then Batman Man.
And Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
Oh,
Beth, you're sitting in my cubicle. Can I put my Anna Funko Pop there? Would that offend your tastes?
You have a small dividing line. My side, your side. Have a little war with Funko Pops.
Get all the the Marvel Avengers and have the Civil War down the middle.
I would do that, except I would do Ruby stuff, so it'd be like Team Ruby versus Cinder and the gang.
Also, Beth, if you check the top cabinet, there's some tea in there if you want to use it.
This part is for the we're speaking to one person part of the body.
Only I left the tea in my drawer.
Along
with cinnamon Altoids.
That you gave yourself a chemical burn with.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, moving on to oddly IKEA ASMR.
Yes.
I watched this. It's not my favorite ASMR video.
But it's so funny that IKEA.
And you can buy this at IKEA.com. Just look up the name Frankenfurter.
Exactly.
And this one will go perfectly into a student's house, into a student's room, because it leaves no marks on the wall, Allen wrench included.
I love that. Well, one, it's like ASMR. Two, it's IKEA.
I love IKEA furniture.
By the way, so the other day I was reading a interior decorating magazine.
Okay.
I found out that you can sell, like, imagine a miso bowl on top of a shot glass.
Okay.
So, like, invert the shot glass and put the miso bowl on top of it.
Okay.
Now, go to Hot Topic and get the leather band with spikes on it. Right?
Okay.
And then glue it on there. Oh, she's at Beth's at their candy-filled cubicle.
They're what?
Beth is at her candy-filled cubicle.
Ah.
Yeah. But, like, they glue the Hot Topic spikes on the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they painted, like, gold black, and then the spikes were gold. They sold for $400. Yeah. Yeah.
On, like, Pinterest Etsy?
No, like, in an interior, like, Williams-Sonoma.
Excuse me while I
go
somewhere. Bye.
Exactly.
And
Zach says his head is tingling.
Oh, wait, my ASMR section?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do a whole podcast ASMR style.
Yeah. That would be...
Hey, Sam, is that something you'd be down for? An entire ASMR podcast?
Where's your cat?
Somewhere. And, if you crinkle the paper...
Can you... He says, please.
Can you hear that in your head?
I haven't gotten it yet.
Let me know when you do.
I will. I think you might have to take the pop filter off. But Sam goes, maybe.
Yes. We need more people to follow. I think actually we had already talked about doing
ASMR fanfiction.
ASMR fanfiction.
Yes.
I was down for that. Okay, last one. And this is Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
So I was...
Wait, is the last one I only had... There should be like one more.
Yeah, I'm talking about the last one. We're getting ready to go on to the last one. Jimmy Kimmel. It's celebrity mean tweets. So it's you know I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. Pretty sure it is. Where they read people's tweets to celebrities. Oh my gosh, I love all of their tweets.
Right.
But Gal Gadot was on there, and so was Jennifer Lawrence.
Right.
It was so funny. I mean, yes, it has some profanity in it, but it was just so funny. Like, I love like Jennifer Lawrence and Gal Gadot and
it's
everything.
Gal Gadot.
It's Gal Gadot. Thank you. I believe I listened to her pronounce her own name.
Your wife says yes, it is.
What?
I don't know what, but yes. Not sure if it's Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot.
It's Gal Gadot. She's Israeli. No hard T.
It's Gal Gadot. Stop that nonsense. So, tell me more about mean tweets. Or we can move on.
That went on for
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. Okay.
Zach says she mispronounces her own last name. My name's not Doug Hensley. It's Hansley. Hensley.
Tell me when you get the ripping sound.
Yeah.
Sound good? Sound good?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I should just get these microphones set, one to the left channel, one to the right channel.
that wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we can do that after we look at my car this afternoon.
There you go. Or we need to do other film stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, moving forward.
Zach says he's melting.
He's melting.
He's melting.
I think I need an adult. Looking for my pen. Yeah, I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Okay, headlines. The Commodore 64 mini console announced.
I feel like some of these were rearranged.
No, they really weren't.
Okay.
Do you think it's just trying to jump onto the mini console bandwagon?
The Commodore 64, not overly. Because, like, the original Commodore 64 games, like, they can be found else places. Like, you can play them on, like, DOS browsers or DOS emulators or within a browser. Like, I can go home and boot up my laptop and play Battletech Crescent Hawk's Inception.
Nice.
In the browser.
How?
In the browser.
Nice.
So, like, it can emulate that DOS system, but it's really difficult to get that all set up and in a system that you can play on your TV.
So, I have several questions for you.
Okay.
So, it's going to be recommended at the launching price of $70.
Okay.
For $10 a game, name 7 games from Commodore 64.
All right. Can we also include the Amiga? Because the Amiga and Commodore 64 were contemporaries.
This is the Commodore 64 mini console, not Commodore 64 and Amiga. It's Commodore 64.
Was it
Yeah, see?
Impossible Mission?
Hang on. I'm going to be looking these up. Carry on.
No, was it Dungeon Keeper, Dungeon Master? Do you remember the one where you played in a linear dungeon, kind of like Eye of the Beholder, and you could recruit like the Lizard Man and things like? Do you remember that game?
Very vaguely. You said Impossible Mission?
Yep.
You are correct on that one.
Okay.
You want to go for the
Dungeon Keeper, Dungeon Master. The word dungeon is in the title.
Okay. Are you thinking? I don't think this is the one you're thinking, though. It's called Dungeon Maker, but that is not what you're thinking.
No.
I have a list of games. So you've named 1.
I don't think Battletech was on it.
Let me double check.
That doesn't seem like something that'd be on the Commodore.
Okay.
We can either call it Battletech or Mech Warrior. Because they're kind of they're the same thing.
Battletech Crescent and Hawk's Inception is on there.
Alright, is Crescent Hawk's Revenge on there?
No.
Okay, so that was a later game. Alright, so I have Impossible Mission.
You have 2.
Crescent Hawk's Inception,
And anybody watching can also join in.
What was another Commodore game?
See, that's kind of my point.
Not Eco, not Echo.
Nope. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's no. No.
I can't think of any others.
That's my point.
All right, give us a list that you can recognize.
Bard's Quest was on there.
Bard's Quest or Bard's Tale?
It was Bard's Tale. I'm sorry.
Okay. Is that going to be on the mini Commodore?
They don't have a list of games on the mini Commodore.
No.
So that's kind of my point. I'm not going to go through here because I can't name anymore. I've got the list in front of me, so I could just sit here and list 10, but that's not really in the spirit of the competition. But see, my point is you've got,
here's the thing,
$70 price tag on something that, yes, our generation and above would know.
Yeah.
But is anybody going, man, I really wish I could play Commodore 64 games?
Dude, I've been wanting to play Battletech Crescent Hawk's Inception this entire week. I got a Battletech. Was Space Invaders released for it?
Let me pull it up. You've been thinking about you said Space Invaders?
Yeah. And that is from Sam.
Okay. Do. The same one I'm thinking? Space Invaders. No.
It was not. Okay.
But there was one other game I've seen on there.
Okay.
That is very, that we would recognize, but it might not be the same thing.
Okay, go on.
Star Fox, but it's not related.
Her mom thinks she might have some Commodore 64 games in her garage. Why is she not surprised?
So, as far as, like, a mini Commodore 64, for $70, for 3 games that you can name, but by no means guaranteed to be on there.
I mean, I'd like to see a list of the Commodore 64. I mean, on the IGN page or GameSpot page, you can go to their website, the Commodore 64 Mini website, and look at the game list.
I actually just seen that. I'm pulling it up. I can list the games.
What are the...
I'll list the big ones. Chips Challenge.
Okay. Is Battletech on it?
No. Neither is Bard's Tale. So, okay, it's not that big of a list. Alley Cat, Anarchy, Armalite Competition Edition, Avenger, Battle Valley, Bounder, California Games, Chips Challenge, Confusion, Cosmic Causeway, Creatures, Cyberdyne Warrior, Cybernoid the Fighting Machine, Cybernoid 2 the Revenge, Deflector, Everyone's a Wally, Firelord, Gribbly's Day Out, Hawkeye, Heartland, Herobotics, Highway Encounter, Hysteria, Impossible Mission,
Okay.
Impossible Mission 2, Insects in Space, Iridus Alpha, Mega Apocalypse, Mission AD, Monty Mole, Monty on the Run, Nebulous, Netherworld, Nobi the Aardvark, Renarma, Robin of the Wood, and the Ark of Yesoid.
I mean, for $70, I've spent $70 on something stupider. Space Invaders is called Avengers on the Commodore 64, says Zach.
We just have Avenger.
Try Avenger. Is that Space Invaders?
I'm looking that up. So, is that worth...
I've spent $70 on stupider things. For a chance to play old school Commodore games that I've not played, and we run a gaming podcast, that kind of seems...
No, I absolutely agree from there, but it's like, I don't know. There is no article for Anarchy on Wikipedia. Avenger. That would be the one.
What wins the Commodore?
The Avenger is not the same thing.
Huh.
So, I don't know. For the price.
All right, let's say you're cruising in Target and you see it. Are you going to pick it up if you have the money?
I don't know. I can't say I would.
Oh, and then the poo emoji. The poo emoji.
It's like, it's. I feel like they should at some point make a list of like, hey, straw poll, like if you could have 10 Commodore 64 games, what would you want? And then try to get those titles.
Yeah.
But I don't. Is anybody wanting Nobi the Aardvark?
I don't know. I think it's a chance to maybe renew some properties.
Maybe, and that would be like the only reason. And like you said, the only other reason would be yes, we run a gaming podcast. It'd be fun to stream some of those games.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, I can probably find them right now for a lot cheaper.
No, maybe.
And it's like, I don't...
We'll see when it comes closer, because I don't think that's going to be the full list.
Okay, but I go back to my original question. Is that just jumping onto the mini console bandwagon? Because I heard Atari might be doing the same thing. Or at least making a new console.
Here's my thought process on Atari. I mean, Atari started the gaming thing, but they had a lot of...
They also had a lot to do with the gaming crash.
Yeah, they had a lot of duds. E.T., Custer's
Revenge.
Yep.
Which made it onto the list of banned games.
Adventure. It was glitchy.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'd like to see some of these games... the idea behind them, like Adventure... Give me the top down like that, and then...
I would suggest that all of this has been done before.
Yeah.
You remember the old plug-and-play gaming consoles that you'd plug in the RCA jacks to the front of your TV, and it was just all on the controller?
Yeah.
This has all been done before. So unless you're going to provide something that is going to be worth that $70...
Multiplayer. The Commodore 64 has USB ports for controllers.
True.
For more controllers.
That's great. But think about like the NES Classic. They upscaled it. Right. It still looks 8-bit, but it looks good on your giant TV.
Yeah.
You look at the SNES. They upscaled it, and it still looks good on your TV.
Yeah.
Is the Commodore 64 at upscale going to still look good on your TV?
I don't know. I would be willing to put $70 on it.
You know what? You'll be the one. You'll be the one that buys it. I'm on the fence of like, it doesn't sound worth the $70, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Okay. Next up, you had, because you created the notes this week, you had the I don't know why I was going to pronounce that weird. Japan's animation TV ranking for this last week.
Yes.
What made you put that on here?
Because like the number one choice is not something we would think about. It looks like very much like Dora-Dora-san.
It is Sanzi-san.
But it looks like that old school animation.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I like the idea that they release their top animations of the week.
Yeah, I actually like that, because then you can go, okay, what was winning the TV war this week? So
give us the list.
Okay. We got Sanzi-san by Fuji TV.
Okay.
We got Chibi Maruka-chan.
Okay.
Fuji TV. Detective Conan.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Isn't that fairly old?
Fairly.
Are they still making new episodes?
I think so.
Okay. One Piece, naturally. Dragon Ball Z Super. I'm sorry, it's just Dragon Ball Super, not Dragon Ball Z Super.
Right.
Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Cura Precura a la Mode. I think that's looks like Glitter Force almost. Snack World, My Hero Academia, and Animated Osaru no George. Curious George in Japan.
Let's talk about that Pokemon beat out My Hero Academia.
Well, isn't that because Brock and Misty came back recently and they were having a Pokemon duel?
Maybe. But
so
this last week would have been the completion of the arc where Deku and Bakugo fight All Might.
False. That happened last week.
Yeah.
So this is a new beginning of a new arc, new villain.
No, I mean, but like this is the end. That date.
Oh, fair game.
The ending of that. So.
Yes, but at the same time, that was all. I believe that actually was the week then that Misty and Brock came back, which was highly anticipated by not only new fans but also fans from the 90s.
Hmm.
So it's like, oh my gosh, they're bringing back Misty and Brock.
See, I
And
still
it's-
would have never called that.
Oh, absolutely not. But I'm giving him why I think happened. It's like that, hey, Darkwing Duck is coming back. Well, I mean, Darkwing Duck is not groundbreaking. It's nothing compared to My Hero Academia. But you can always catch My Hero Academia. But Darkwing Duck, that you can only watch that live once.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like watching Doctor Who, the Christmas
All right, here's the
special.
thing. Which would you rather watch at any given time?
Is the Misty Brock episode coming back?
All right, let's say yeah. We'll give the same thing. Do you want to see Misty and Brock fight, or do you want to watch the Deku Bakugo fight with All Might?
Misty Brock, easy, hands down.
But let's say you can't rewatch it. You can't go back on Hulu and watch it.
Misty Brock.
Really?
Yep. One reason.
Why?
I can always read the manga.
I mean, that's true.
And it's one of those, I get it, but you get like a last time on My Hero Academia, so I can watch next week's, and it's fine. But you don't get that as much in Pokemon. You don't get to watch, like, think about it. When we started watching Pokemon, one of the first episodes that we seen legitimately was the Charizard Blaziken fight right before the Hoenn League.
Yeah.
That back then was amazing.
Intense, yeah.
Intense. And it was live, and it was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Imagine that as an adult, but it's like they're bringing back, they're introducing a new generation there, and they're doing it with no fanfare. There was no fanfare for that episode. Like
But
for the Blaziken fight. It was like, oh my god, what is this new Pokemon? There was no fanfare because of when it was. But what if they did that now? Just in a new episode, they just slipped in a new Pokemon, and then you watch the internet just burn and go, oh my god.
But here's the thing, like,
whereas My Hero Academia, I love it. It's very formulaic. It's very shonen because it was introduced in Shonen Jump. Of there's gonna be a fight, and you're gonna be able to catch up. You can probably miss an episode, and while you may miss something, you won't miss the main points because they will make sure to hammer those home. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but Pokemon does it less frequently. You can miss entire seasons and you're lost. Remember when we had Charizard? No, I don't. Remember when we did this? No, I don't. I missed that episode. You will never be you will make references to it, but you'll never go flashback or last time on Pokemon.
I suppose I still would rather watch the Deku Bakugo fight.
Fair game. But yeah, and then animated Curious George. Like that's amazing. So yeah, those are the headlines.
Nice.
Okay, let's read just the top headlines, and we will brush over them. Okay.
All right.
Red Dead Redemption 2: Theories and Details you may have missed in trailer 2.
Yep, it's a prequel, not a sequel.
Is it?
Yep.
I would take your word for it. I didn't play Red Dead, and I think that needs to be remedied at some point.
Yes, it does.
Wii Shop channel is closing, so you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
I think they're closing it down, and then 2019 they're officially saying no more.
Yeah.
You can no longer re-download stuff.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be interesting. See if they. I'm sorry that we're talking about this as much, but see if they open up the shop channel or the virtual console for Switch and say you can now carry over your games there.
That would be really
Because otherwise, you're basically flushing $50 worth of games if you don't have them already downloaded to your Switch, or I'm sorry, your Wii U, which you can't because there's no expandable memory, I believe.
No, you can put a SD card in there.
Can you put a big enough one to fit all of your games?
Do you remember the game Gun that was similar to Red Dead?
Yes.
I remember
the
seeing
yellow, the skull, and the two pistols?
Yeah.
Yes.
In Joanna says, what's closing again? The Wii Shop channel.
Yes, the old Wii Shop channel where you could get 64 games.
Yeah.
I would submit. So they asked if we remember Gun. Do you remember several games?
Okay.
Dark Watch,
Yes.
Black,
Yep.
and Wet.
Let's not ASMR those words. No, we're not doing it. Yes. I remember
Don't talk about it. It's for the audience. They submitted the Dino gun.
Okay.
Call of Juarez. So Wii Shop Channel is closing. I'm sad about that. They need to come up with a way, because otherwise they're flushing 50. You can flush money down the drain because you don't have it already downloaded, and you can no longer do it. You're out of luck. Probably sleeping in a room. Okay, the Destiny 2 Zur location guide. Where is Zur, and what exotics is he selling? Spoiler: he's on IO.
Yes.
And he's selling some.
I mean, he's selling
very average gear.
What is it? Relentless?
No, not this week.
No, Merciless was the first week.
Yeah. It's not
Risk Runner.
Risk Runner. Okay, moving forward. J-Lo invests in a pro gaming team.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
I really had to stop and go, J-Lo, J-Lo, J-Lo. It's not J-Lo, because that's Jennifer Lawrence. J-Lo, J-Lo. What is her last name?
Yeah.
Let that sink in. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anime. The best anime ever. If you had to name the best anime that's going to be coming out, what would it be?
David S. Pumpkins.
No, seriously. I looked at this up, and I love David S. Pumpkins. They are making a 30-minute David S. Pumpkins special.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be animated.
Yep. And Peter Dinklage is going to be a voice in it.
Yes! Yes! So if you love...
I definitely did spike the mic on that one.
It's David S. Pumpkins.
And Sam goes ... I love David S. Pumpkins is great. That's actually my ringtone for him.
And I think on October 7th, Gal Gadot is hosting SNL.
Nice.
It's weird that off the top of my head, but I was reading the article and it's like, and by the way...
You mean Gal Gadot?
Yeah, you say potato, I say patata. Nice. You say potato, I say Potato. And then a live action Sword Art Online.
No.
Say the big scary words with me.
We don't do that.
Stop making live action.
Zach says French fry.
Anime adaptations.
Yeah.
If we need it in ASMR, I will be happy to provide that. Stop making live action anime adaptations.
Nice. Alright, stop that nonsense.
French fry.
Potato.
Oh, right. I was like, I'm lost. Okay, that's all of our news. Do you want to talk about the Hulu, Netflix, and then we can talk about games that we've been playing?
Yes.
Okay, so I picked this week for Hulu, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Kelly was watching that today.
It's good. I'm excited. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I love that show. Or that movie.
I picked Home Improvement. It's finally on Hulu. Zach needs an adult. I am an adult.
Yeah. Home Improvement. That was probably the second to last peak for Tim Allen's acting career.
Toy Story. Second to last peak. What's the last peak?
Okay. Third to the last peak. You have Home Improvement, Toy Story, Galaxy Quest.
There you go.
Oh, it's not Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Two great choices.
Zach says he needs to watch Hitchhiker's Guide. Try not to think of Zaphod Beeblebrox, his portrayal in that, as like a weird amalgamation of super redneck Billy Ray Cyrus, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush.
I like that combination choice there.
Yeah.
It's an amazing choice.
Yep. Also, those are my choices for, they would be the ones, if they were at a party together, they would get drunk on Pabst Blue Ribbon and try to reenact their favorite Dukes of Hazzard episodes.
Wow. What will Billy Ray do today?
Yep. That whole Duke boys.
It's the improbable drive. Okay. Games. You start. So I played Divinity.
How do you like that?
It is classic pen and paper RPG, but it's digital. It looks like Baldur's Gate, Bard's Tale sort of thing. And
We should live stream playing Cuphead co-op. What Cuphead is on which system?
all systems right now, I believe.
Okay. We should do that.
We have film stuff to do this afternoon.
Yes.
I hear it's really challenging. And so we may end up just not being friends anymore.
Remember snipper clips.
Anyway. Divinity, it's like it doesn't hold your hand.
Right.
Like I eventually had to come to the realization of I'm not going to 100% the game the first time.
Right.
I should just play the game.
Okay.
So I left the tutorial island after about 30 hours.
Right.
And it was like, you go to your quest journal, and it goes, this journal, it closed. Yep, you didn't find all the armor that you were supposed to find. Oh, okay. This journal closed. Yep, you didn't save this person. Oh, I forgot about that. This journal entry closed. You just didn't do
Cuphead's
it.
on Xbox and PC.
Cool. I have
Xbox
and PC actually. So it's like this. Technically, it's failed, but it's not failed because you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like you talk to people and they're like, "Hey, there's some black roses growing in the southeast. Maybe it'd be kind of cool to get one." And it's add a journal. This person talked about black roses in the southeast. That's it. It doesn't go, here's a quest marker. Go find. Like Skyrim, where it's like, go find this ancient treasure. Where's it at? Just follow that way marker.
Nice.
Okay, but if it's ancient, lost treasure, why is there a quest marker on it?
Yeah.
See, I'm really enjoying it. I just got off. I'm just getting on the boat, so I'm moving forward. But I've already found like the way I like to play because it's not just nailing you down to one style of play.
Yeah.
And you can have there's 7 different companions you can have, and they all have different skills and different abilities, and they tend to do things better in some things. So I've got an archer and I've got a secondary thief and a wizard. So it's really cool because you're basically in control of it, and I'm not playing like the dungeon master mode to where I can create a dungeon, and I believe Geek and Sundry, the Dungeons and Dragons team,
The developer gods smile upon you. Go child to the place marker.
yeah,
Yeah.
where the sun shines, that is our kingdom. See that quest marker over there?
Yeah.
Go there.
It's an endless quest of solitude.
Yeah. And so, and I haven't played Game Maker mode, Game Master mode, where I can design a map and put enemies in there, and then you can play through it.
Nice.
So it's and it's co-op. So it's really cool because you're not forced to do anything,
Right.
but you're kind of like you want to go do something. Like when I seen Quest close, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna play this again.
Yeah.
So I can highly recommend it from there.
I need to find out what system it is.
Right now, PC.
Okay.
And it was like $60.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I played it so much, I'm like, it was worth it. And like, there's so many. You can start off with origins, so you have like pre-generated characters almost, or you can choose to make your own character.
Now, if you play the original Divinity, can you carry over your character?
I don't know because I've never played the original Divinity, but I did not see that option.
Okay.
Okay, you've been playing Golf Story and Samus.
Yes.
Which one
I
would
got
you...
Golf Story this morning, so
Okay, we'll talk about Samus Returns.
It's a fun game.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I feel like it takes some missteps.
Okay.
The enemies, they do that old school Super Nintendo NES thing.
Would be original Game Boy.
Yeah, where they reskin enemies. Which isn't a sin, specifically.
No.
But
every RPG for all of time has been doing that.
Right. But in this modern era where it feels like no two psychos in Borderlands will look the same.
Mm-hmm.
why do I find a purple and a pink shriek bat? Here's a purple shriek bat. Here's a blue shriek bat. Here's a red shriek bat. They don't do anything much different. It's just one moves faster.
One requires one extra hit.
Yeah. Sam says, Bethesda video game logic. Go find this NPC that I don't know what happened to. I've uploaded their current location to your map. / Pip-Boy. Fallout makes more sense because we'll say, with a wink that Pip-Boys have tracking beacons on them. And that's a wink. Like, wink.
I can see that.
Right. For people.
Except not everyone is wearing a Pip-Boy.
We're
Only Vault Dwellers had Pip-Boys. So when it goes, go find that person in that city over there, they're not wearing a Pip-Boy.
I'm just giving a wink. They're all not replicants. What are they?
Reptilians?
Synths. From the Institute. Everyone's a synth and has a tracking beacon in them. Deal with it. But no.
Somehow that makes it better.
Yeah. Samus Returns, it does the reskin, which I don't mind being as it is a remake.
Yeah.
But it feels like they could have...
Well, if they had done that, then people would have complained, you changed the game too much.
Well, they kind of did. They changed it a lot. The original game didn't have the melee ability.
How is the melee ability? Over OP?
It's for standard enemies. When you figure out their timing and what they do, you hit the X button, you swing and hit them, they bounce back or do whatever, and it usually takes one shot to take them down.
Huh.
So, that Shriek Bat that charges at you, hit X right before it hits you, and then you can blast it with one hit. So it's useful for running around, but during boss battles, it's easier to learn the functions without the melees.
Okay.
But, okay, so and then they have the Aeon abilities, which one lets you...
I don't know what the Aeon abilities are.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
One lets you, stop ruining your logic. Our logic there.
Oh, okay.
Says Sam.
Okay, my bad.
One lets you basically send out a radar pulse and, scan the map so you can find where... If there's a item that you need to collect, it automatically adds it to your map.
Does it come at a cost?
It does, but the cost is super simple. Because if you use the melee ability on enemies, it recharges your bar.
Okay.
One lets you put on, thunder armor, and they, when enemies attack you, it runs through the Aeon bar before your health. Useful. For more from map exploration.
Okay.
Because then there's red, thorn vines. Bloodweed or whatever it was in Prime. I'm enjoying a treat, Derek. Balloon shop, anyone? I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that is a reference to. I'm enjoying a treat. Balloon shop, anyone? I don't know that reference.
And then the last one I have is,
Can you only get so many?
No, there's 4.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what the other one is. It's radar pulse. You can activate overdrive on your weapons, and so you can just hit and hold Y, and it keeps firing instead of charging. So it makes it...
Tell me how these powers aren't OP. Because if you can recharge your Aeon bar really easily, then you can have the map, and you're basically invincible.
Yeah, pretty much. So, they changed that, but they could have done, more... Instead of having, here's this, horn toad.
Okay.
Have, the Shogoth from Prime.
Shegoth, and it was in the ice.
Yeah.
And Pandora drifts.
Yep. But that brings me to another problem. The game's areas, I can say, I need to go to Norfair. I need to go to, Pandora Drifts.
Pandora Drifts.
I said Pandora because there's an H.
Fair game.
I can go these places. I can go to the Talon Ruins, Talon Overworld, Phazon Mines.
Yeah.
And you can instantly think of what they look like. I'm going to go to Area 3.
Yeah, I've watched the original, and it's a quick game if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it is a very quick game. I'm most of the way through it, and I ran into something that kind of sapped the fun from the game.
What's that?
The robot. there's a giant robot fight,
Okay.
and there's an air part where you have to run from its arms as it's clearing the hallway.
Okay.
It's one hit kill, and you have to jump, like, there's those floor panels where you walk over them and you fall through.
Okay.
There's, morph ball track sections,
Okay.
and there's some enemies and the bloodweed that hurts you. Sometimes, being as you're on that thumbstick on the 3DS, it kind of feels laggy on what you're doing. And so you're just like, come on, just get into the morph ball track. Get in the morph ball hole. And so it just kind of...
It feels like you're misstepping.
I died about 20 times doing that one section. Because, like, okay, first time I died, I was learning it. Fine.
That's your fault.
Yeah, I mean, I was learning the pattern. Second one was, okay, I'm trying to use my grappling hook, my grapple beam, at an angle over lava while being chased by that. To activate my angle, I need to hit and hold L, hit the right angle with my thumbstick while I'm trying to move.
Is there a button that automatically throws it at the angle?
No.
I was like, because wasn't there one in Super Nintendo? Super
Metroid, you didn't have, like, you could move... You could only angle at a certain...
Fair game.
In an arc in front of you, and at certain angles. In front of you, at an angle, or up. This one's like, I want to go at a 75-degree angle.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a problem.
I mean, so it's a fun game. I look forward to keep playing it, but...
Can you freeze the robot?
No.
To slow its...
No.
Okay.
And the freeze beam does not last long at all.
Okay.
You have to use the super blast. You have to use the charge freeze.
Okay, fair game.
But it is a fun game.
Would you recommend picking it up?
If you're a Metroid fan, yeah. If you're like an old school platforming fan, it's up to you.
Okay.
And the other one I've been playing is Golf Story this morning. It looks a lot like Stardew Valley meets Mario Golf.
Okay, fair game.
Yeah.
Talk about more next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, game releases this week. We have Layton's Mystery Journal, Catriel, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy for the 3DS. I think I'm finally old enough for Professor Layton.
Yeah.
And then Forza Motorsport 7 for PC and Xbox One.
Yes.
I believe they're going to be re-releasing it here in a couple months for the Xbox.
Zach says Mario Golf was the bomb.
What is it? Xbox One.
Xbox One X.
That's what it is, because it spells Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not overly.
Okay. Let's talk about social media. You can find us at our website at www.gamingandchillpodcast.com.
Yep.
You can find it at http://www.
Is it //?
Yeah, it's //. I love it that we've gotten rid of it, and now we just go, yeah, in Google Chrome, and it's like, do you mean Google?
Pretty much.
Facebook. Do you mean Facebook?
Yeah, pretty much.
We no longer even have to type .com. It just goes, okay, I'm pretty sure this is what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, then Twitter, at gaming_in_chill. Instagram is Gaming and Chill Podcast. Facebook.com, if you're watching us live, thank you so much.
We've had a lot of interaction this week.
Yes, we have, and we're weekly at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, if you're watching this later. But you can find it at facebook.com/Gaming and Chill Podcast. If you have any questions, game requests, game suggestions that we play, stream, review, you can put it up on Twitter and use the hashtag Gaming and Chill Podcast. And we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, and we're always down to play games with people when we're not at work or doing something.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm all about Pokken and Divinity.
We're playing Destiny later tonight.
Yeah. We need to get a bigger clan to do the raid.
Yep.
And Trials, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, you had one last thing on here that I was curious about.
Yes.
Kung Fu, and this is going to be the last thing to wrap it up. Kung Fu Arrow's Greg Berlanti is developing a female-led TV reboot.
It's like a Samurai in Old West, except
it's not.
It's not.
But I'm glad they're doing something female lead Kung Fu movie.
Yep. I mean, that should be interesting. Plus, David Carradine was in the original,
Nice.
so they get to improve on David Carradine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Anything else before we take off?
Nope. Anything from the audience? While we vamp for a second.
So golf story, huh?
Yeah, it's fun.
Good. Is it like an RPG or?
You do level up, and you can level up your abilities.
Nice.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking after this, go check to see if my radiator cap is on, like, seated correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if it looks seated correctly, I'm gonna call the mechanic and be like, hey, can you at least walk me through what could be wrong,
Mhm.
or do I need to bring it in?
And then lunch, and then we gotta do film stuff.
Yes.
Cool. Anything from the audience?
Nope, not yet.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and take off then? Thank you everybody for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next week and have a good one.
Yep.